What's up, guys, and welcome to the vlog. Just getting out of my broker's licensing courses. We went over a couple of different chapters today within the book, and funny enough, we talked about liens, foreclosures, and redemption. This is funny because my next interviewee is going to be Matt Merenoff. I'm actually on my way to go pick him up, but the reason it's interesting and where the correlation comes to the chapter that we did today, or one of the chapters we did today, and Matt Merenoff, you'll find out in the interview, he does some amazing work, and I've got some great questions lined up for him in regards to what he does, how he does it. He's in a segment of the marketplace that really not a lot of people get involved in. I think they're a little, I don't want to say timid, but there certainly are reasons why he is as great as he is at it, and he understands it. They're very in-depth. What we're going to be talking about today is REO, foreclosure, short sales, how to deal with banks, what to do in those kind of regards. And Matt Merenoff and his company really go above and beyond for clients. You know, the bigger factor that I look at, when you look at me as a real estate agent, soon to be broker, my objective is to sell someone's home or find them a house to buy. Matt wants to save people's houses. So it's going to be a great interview. It's going to be something that I think you guys are going to enjoy and also get a lot of information out of. So we're going to get out of the realm of racing cars for a second. We're going to get into the realm of the realtor part of the channel. Guys, I got Matt Merenoff in the car with me, picked him up. Take a second if you want to introduce yourself. Let's really get everybody understanding. I've got a little bit before this just so they kind of know what they're getting into, but I want to hear your own words.
All right, so basically, I mean, you know, I was just a guy like that had a dream. I want to go a completely different direction that the majority of people that are on my side of the industry. You know, people always try to identify between realtors and investors. I'm somewhere in the middle. I'm that gray area. I'm kind of like the voice of reason. So I guess the reason why I got into this business, 15 years ago, doing 12 years this side of the business, was because I felt there was a void. There was a need for people that didn't understand what their options were, that were in trouble with their house.
Okay. And now, before that, what did you do?
Before that?
Before what you do currently, what do you said the other side of this business. What were you doing before this?
So I worked for a mortgage company. Okay. And in the mortgage company, I didn't know anything about mortgages, but I ran there's a national website that we belong to. And in that website, we had the right to market different territories and help people that were selling the properties for a semi-owner. But when the market actually changed and turned, I was helping the homeowners that were trying to sell their properties privately by themselves. And then it was more like, it was weird, because to me, I almost felt like dirty, because people were like, oh, can you get here before my husband got home? And I'm like, what? I'm like, I know I got a sexy voice, but seriously? But then it was also the men, hey, can you get here before my wife gets home?
Oh.
Yeah. I guess the end of, let's say, quote unquote, the FSBO career, I was doing that for about a little over 3 years, and it was very successful, helping homeowners sell their property privately for sale, by owner. But I took it one step further, and the group that I was with them for quite a period of time. I had collections experience, so one of the guys was like, "Look, we got a couple of short sales. You want to work it?" I'm like, "What's a short sale?"
Right.
And that's how it started with me, with the short sale side of it. So essentially, I wanted to fill that void with people that were in trouble. And the void was easily filled because there were a lot of people doing what I wanted to do, but my end game was to ultimately try to help people that wanted to save their houses. Right. And it seemed like every partnership that I had, along the way, nobody wanted to help somebody keep their house. Everybody wanted to, like, well,
Right.
they should have known what they were getting into.
Yeah, and we're realtors. I mean, I know a lot of the people that you're going to be dealing with, whether it's going to be mortgage brokers, whether it's going to be realtors or brokers,
Right.
we're in the game of selling homes.
Right.
So you come out of left field and say, no, we want to help people save their homes.
Right.
And that's jarring for a lot of agents. It's
Right.
jarring for a lot of realtors and
Right.
brokers. So I understand that completely. But so fast forward, now you have this company.
So my company is Real Estate Recovery Group, and I distance myself from everybody else that I was doing business with, because I slept good at night regardless, but I always felt like the homeowners needed to know that they had the option. So 3 years ago was when this phase of my career and hatching this aspect of my company to tell people they should really know what their options are.
Right.
And that's why hashtag RRG, know your options. So people would get that in the back of their head. I've actually gotten deals off of it because from agents or even homeowners, keep going straight, or even homeowners, because they want to know what their options are.
Right.
So it was an easy transition for me to make to move over.
So you mentioned you're duplicating this process state by state.
Correct.
How many states are you in currently?
Basically, I cover now Delaware, New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, and I'm doing Delaware. And we're going to Memphis and Tennessee and Alabama. But I've done Vegas, which was kind of cool. The deal in Vegas was wild.
Oh, that's awesome. What makes those states viable for your business? Or is it partners that you have there? Is it people that you trust?
It's partnerships. It's having, it's having somebody that's, viable boots on the ground.
It's not necessarily the marketplace that you're looking for. It's the people that have the same exact passion, same exact drive, what you want, what you are, duplicated in another state. You keep happening to find people in these are the states that you're operating at. All right, awesome.
Correct.
What's the most recent success story that you think you have or that really stood out to you?
We just closed on a deal last week, and the homeowner was given some very bad advice that they could not stop their house from sheriff's sale. This is a deal in New Jersey.
I'm doing this is the Matt Merenoff finger. If you want, follow Matthew Merenoff on Facebook. You're gonna see everybody. He's got his kids doing this.
You can do a hashtag underneath it, like when you edit it.
Yeah, it's happening right now.
Right now.
Right now. See the hashtag, guys. Follow that hashtag.
Listen, man. I think at the end of the day, it's kind of like, and I say this all the time. People laugh at me when I say it. So you're trying to jam a square peg into a round hole. It's important, I think, for people to understand that they do have options, and the majority of people that I deal with don't know that they have options. But to get back to that story,
tell me about the success story.
So the success story it was exciting for me, and it was exciting for many reasons. One, the agent that called me actually saw my video and instant messaged me off of Facebook and said, "Hey, can you call me? I have a situation." And to this day, she says, everybody loves my line when I tell them I'll let you know when it's time to panic.
Right.
When I tell you it's time to panic, and you hear the panic in my now you might hear it because we're doing miles an hour right now. But
55 in a 55.
55 in a 55.
That's the speed limit sign I just passed. We're doing 55.
55 and 55.
That's where we're at.
So, in talking with the listing agent, who was also the buyer's agent in the transaction, it was actually a lot easier to get the transaction done. And I spoke with the homeowners, and I explained to them the process. They had spoke to an attorney, but the attorney wasn't giving them much hope. Right. And I think that there's very vanilla attorneys that handle these transactions, and they don't know how to maneuver. Kind of like you on a racetrack. They don't know how to cut the corners. You like that? You see what I did there, right? But the importance in all of it is, at the end of the day, we stopped the sheriff's sale. We spoke with the servicing company that was handling the loan for the mortgage company. And there is a difference.
Right.
There was a guideline that needed to be followed. And people don't don't understand this, and I love when people say this, well, it's not up to the servicer, it's up to the lender. No, it's the lender listens to what the servicer said.
Right.
So we basically told the servicer, look, this is the perfect storm. You guys are going to get a really good price for the house based on the condition. Let's just get it done.
Okay.
And they waived that investor guideline so we could move forward with the transaction. So they needed the property to be on the MLS a certain amount of days.
Right.
But they waived it. It was pretty bad. They didn't have to do it, but they did it because we pleaded the case. And that's why I say to people, square peg, round hole. Square peg, because you don't know.
Sure.
You just don't know. So it's important that people understand they do have options. And if you're looking for somebody, I'm building a team now nationwide of other people that share my passion.
Right. But you go from a point of absolute desperation.
Total
Sheriff's going to come in, stickers on the door.
Yeah.
Going to be locked out of your house one day, magically not going to be able to do whatever. And look, hard times fall on everybody.
100%.
But then fast forward, using the services, don't have to go to sheriff's sale, and they're actually given moving expenses to go and restart their life.
You know what's even scarier than that? The average short sale takes about 4 months.
Okay.
That's the average short. That's the reality. 4, maybe 5 months. We got this short sale done in under 45 days.
Wow.
Okay. I mean, not even enough time to actually do the inspections. I mean, we literally ran through a wall to get this thing done.
Sure.
And, you know, when I hear homeowners that are, you know, so, you can hear the desperation in their voice. And they were so upset. They were so worried about where are they going, where they're going to be able to take all their belongings, their valuables.
Right.
You know, are they going to walk out in the morning and go out, you know, together down the street to their local, you know, deli or a diner and get a cup of coffee, newspaper, come back? Is their lock's going to be changed on the doors?
Sure.
But that's the reality, because most people don't know that.
Right. Yeah, they envision the big bad sheriff coming, and this is what's going to happen.
And that's
And
not
no recourse.
That's not what happens.
Right.
In all cases. Has it happened? Yes. And if you're listening and you're from another state and you want to have an understanding of what the foreclosure process is in your state, you can reach out. I've done, I don't even know, probably upwards of 100 seminars at this point. I've taught people one-on-one training. I wrote 3 course manuals for short sales. You know, I wrote a modification manual for people that wanted to do modifications. I've done it all.
Right.
But my real true passion is helping people, and I guess really what it's called is, it's called foreclosure prevention.
So what you've just described and gone over sounds stressful. I mean, look, you're absorbing, and I know what it's like to help people. I was in a different industry for a very long time doing exactly the same thing. And again, I feel that what I do is similar in the instance of you're helping people and you carry a burden for people because you want to make it easier for them. And that's really what you're doing on a very visceral level with a lot of people, specifically when they're on the other end of this, where they're possibly losing their home. So you're stressed out. What do you feel is your go-to?
So, I mean, at the end of the day, and yeah, I do get stressed out. But I guess as I get older and as my kids get older, I'd like to try to spend as much time as I can with them.
Sure.
So, I don't know. I mean, look.
So you turn off your work phone.
I try to pick up
family time.
Yeah, I try to listen. One thing that I try to do when I can do it is, even if I'm having like a really hectic day, I'll cut out maybe for an hour, hour and a half, and I'll go pick up my one son. He's in 3rd grade. And that itself is such a stress reliever that my other son is home. So, I mean, now I try to play, you know, believe it or not, I try to play cards with them.
Okay.
They're big into cards. They're really good at gym roaming. Like,
really?
I'm scared.
Okay.
Like, they're really good.
So tell me a little bit more about this finger point, because we've done it like 5 times in the car already. And when I think of the finger point, or when I do this, I think Matt Merenoff. Where did this come from? How did this come about?
So I think I want people to take me serious. And I want people to understand that, listen, I'm looking at you, I'm pointing at you, I'm talking to you. Like, you need to take this serious.
Right.
So I think people look at it as like, oh my God, he's pointing at me. Like, he knows my secret.
Sure.
You know, so I just want people to understand that by me doing this, this is me pointing at you.
Right.
And if this applies to that person,
You've got their attention.
I'm trying to get the people's attention.
And you got it. I mean, from a social media perspective, which we all do this social media now. I mean, this is a YouTube channel. How to get repetitive emotion in place that people remember. You know what? Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next year or 5 years, but 10 years down the road, they remember when the bank is coming at them like this, they remember who can help them.
Correct.
So, what's a normal, or I guess in your business, what's an abnormal day?
That's a good way of putting it. I like that.
See, you're pointing at me. You got my attention.
Got your attention. You got my attention, too. An abnormal day. Well, look, you know how everybody's like, oh, thank God it's Friday. It's Friday. Or, oh, my God, it's Monday. Or it's Sunday night. I got the Monday morning blues. Or whatever. For me, every day seems to mesh into the next day. Like some days I'm like, wait, what day is it? Because for me, I don't care what day of the week is. Because I'm really passionate. Like you're passionate about the real estate and everything. But there's so many people that need help. So for me, like, I don't look at it as like it's a Monday through Friday. It's not.
Right.
It's really a 7 days a week. And if you notice, like when I post stuff, it's 24/7, 365. Because it really is 24/7, 365.
Yeah.
And I make it easy for people where, they could reach out to me.
Your day is not structured. It's not.
It's not. I mean, I do time block.
Sure.
If I didn't do time block, I would be like, a race car, like without a racetrack.
Right.
I'd be all over the place. So I do have time blocking. Obviously, I have 2 assistants that work with me. The business is growing stronger. And everybody that works with me understands that sometimes you're going to have to take a call on a Sunday. Where are you taking me?
I had no idea. I'm following the navigate. Oh, no, there it is. This coffee shop thingamajig. I don't know. It was on the map. There was a windy road right next to it. So that's what we're doing.
All right, cool.
Let's grab some coffee. I've heard of why you do this, what's been going on. I think the people understand way more about what you do and how you can help them and how passionate you are. What's the most, in the long span of years you've been doing this, what do you think was the most, one moment that was the most satisfying to you, or that you sat back and said, you know what, this may have been impossible in the beginning and all of a sudden wound up being...
I'll tell you the exact moment. I know the exact defining moment.
Okay.
That's no secret because I talk about it. Anybody that follows me on Facebook. My in-laws, they lost their house to foreclosure. So, my mother-in-law and her new husband were running into a similar situation with their townhouse where they live.
Okay.
And it was a touchy subject, and I guess she didn't want to talk to me. She was embarrassed. But she needed help because she was in one of those tickler loans. And I guess that was really the defining moment where my mother-in-law actually said to me, a little over 3 years ago. That's why I really started this, there was like a paradigm shift in my whole business. And I guess it was a shout out to my mother-in-law and my father dying and my father-in-law, just everything like was going on in that period of my time, in my life. She said, I need help. And everybody around her was like, not going to happen. You're going to lose your house. Be prepared. You're going to have another foreclosure, yada, yada, yada. So my wife was like, can you help her? And I'm like, yeah, I'll take a look at it. And I helped her. And so for me, at that moment, she's like, you really need to help people more save their house. Like really, that was the moment. It's funny that you bring that up. That was the moment that I realized, you know what? I really need to use the knowledge that I have for people that want to try to keep their properties. So her mortgage payment was going to go up like another $500 a month. And that would have been it. She wouldn't have been able to keep her property. She would have lost her house. So that process in the state that she lives in, from beginning to end, she would be done in about 90 days. She would have been on the street. It's crazy. Wow. So we spoke with the bank. They were current, and that's another thing too. People are always like, "Oh, you got to do a loan modification. You have to be delinquent." That is not correct. And we were able to make it so their payment only went up, I think about $68 a month, which is totally doable. And they had to write a check for $16.35 at the closing table when they did the modification paperwork.
Oh, wow.
And it was like, you know, she's like, well, you know, what can I don't even know what to do. Like, you know, what do I owe you, whatever. Like I'm going to take money from my mother-in-law.
Right.
You know, so I tried to turn it into a cute moment. I'll get some brownie points. I said,
you've got unlimited brownie points.
I said, you already gave me the gift. You let me marry your daughter. And that was it. You know?
Well, I think ending on a high note with any interview I do, they're not going to top that.
No.
Matt, I appreciate having you in the car. We're going to enjoy the ride home.
Yeah.
I appreciate you taking the time out of your day, doing this interview, informing my followers, subscribers. Guys, all Matt's information is down below. You've seen some fun stuff throughout this video. I hope you guys had a good time. Hang around for the blooper reel, because we've done a lot of recording today on this interview, and frankly, I think you guys are going to really enjoy what we've created. But at the end of the day, from the perspective of real estate, this may not be perfectly in line with what I do as a realtor, but frankly, I come across these situations more often than I want to care to admit, because it's happening, and it's been happening rampantly for quite some time, and the only person I know to call or would call would be Matt Merenoff. So his information is down below. If there's anything you guys need, reach out to him, reach out to me. Either way we go about it, he's here to help people save their houses. Thanks for tuning in. Right, I got a blooper reel.
Blooper on.
We had bloopers for the last 10 minutes.
I love it.
We're good. I'm gonna start recording then. This is gonna be the reaction I get. I'm gonna use whatever I can.
That's awesome. I love it. It's like a packed sausage in here. Why does it say Montreal? We can't go right here.
What'd they do?
They shut the road.
There's nothing wrong with it.
And there's nothing wrong with that. So, I guess so what was the question?
What? I might edit this out.
What?
I might just edit that out.
You edited that out, and so you just have just the
What
look
you did.
and then from there, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's life lessons. Ish.